Okay, good evening, everyone. Thanks again for joining us tonight. Welcome to everyone that's managed to come in tonight. And maybe before we get cracking, can I ask maybe just by, I think a show of, even in the chat, if you can just say new, if this is your first session with the SPS, or you've only been in the business for a month. Firstly, I'd just like to welcome you into the business and just assure you that you made the best decision ever by joining APL Go. But secondly, I would just like to know so that we know that we are speaking to the right people and that we can accommodate you as far as questions and queries are concerned. And on top of that, I want everyone to just feel free to ask questions. I do have a topic to cover today, but if there's anything that you feel you want to ask about the business, about anything really, about the back office, whatever the case may be, please, at the end of the session, it won't be a long one, feel free to ask any of your questions, and where we can assist, we'll definitely do so. Okay, so tonight I have decided just to touch base on an important topic that's been, quite important. We've discovered, especially with APL Go over the past few weeks, it's been coming up quite a lot. And it's literally the cornerstone, I believe, of building your business. At the core of it, it's a team sport. Network marketing is a team sport. It will always be a team sport. If you want to succeed in network marketing, you need to adapt team player skills. You need to associate yourself with a team, your upline, your downline, your sidelines, your striker, your midfield, your defender, all of that. You need to acknowledge all the people within your team, their skills, their strengths, and use them to leverage the success of your business. So one of the important things that we talk about within network marketing is the three-way call. The three-way call is a tool. It's literally a tool. You need to understand it's not a privilege. It's not a burden to anybody. It's a tool that we can all use in the system to leverage our business, to grow our business very quickly and with less frustration and less headaches and less rejection. So what is the three-way call? Some of you might be asking. A three-way call simply is that when three people get on a call, so it's yourself, your sponsor, in other words, you, the person who invited you into the business, and the person that you're trying to recruit into the business. You get them on a call, and that is what we call a three-way call. So just unpacking tonight, I want to show you the reasons and the times when we do use a three-way call within network marketing. So tonight we'll just cover 5 functions of a three-way call. We've got invite. You'll use a three-way call to invite somebody to the business, to close, what we'll call move along, we'll get into it, to welcome, and to promote. So these are the 5 things that we'll cover tonight in a three-way call. Three-way call to invite. So I think anyone here who's tried to recruit somebody into the business has experienced rejection, especially with the warm market, meaning your friends, your family, the people within your circles. You find it sometimes difficult to close that deal or to invite them to a presentation. So this is where we use a three-way call, because these people are so familiar with you, or maybe you've got past experience in other businesses with them, or a former colleague within another network marketing business or any other environment that just knows you too much, or you've had that, and you just need someone else to come and help you convince that person to come to a presentation, convince that person to consider the opportunity of APL Go. That's the first, or one of the reasons that we use a three-way call in network marketing to leverage your business. It's extremely powerful. When someone calls and you invite your upliner to come and speak to someone that you're trying to prospect, you tell that person that, hey, I just want to have a quick call with you with someone that's been in the business for some time now, has had some success within network marketing and has had success with APL Go. Can you just give us 5 minutes just to chat with this person? And the upliner will come onto the call and say what he needs to say, which we'll get into about how you can, to convince the person to come to a presentation, to persuade the person to consider the business opportunity. The second reason why we use three-way calls is to close. Very, very important. It makes your life easier. It will make network marketing fun for you. It will relieve you of the burden of trying to close deals. You'll relieve yourself of the fear of rejection, even when you have to close a deal. At the same time, it does a lot. When you're trying to close a deal and you've invited somebody else, an upliner, to come and speak the final words of signing up with your prospect, it says to the person that's signing up that, hey, this business is easy. All I have to do is come in, invite my people, call somebody, my upliner, to come and help me close this business deal. And that way you're able to duplicate your business. And that makes your business go quicker and quicker because people are not scared of joining because they feel that they can't do it, okay? So once people get over that hurdle of there's a solution to my fear of rejection, there's a solution to my fear of how to close a deal, then you're going to be able to grow your business much, much quicker. Movement, another reason why we use three-way calls, you will find that you'll have a leader who has you have a team, you've built your team, team builder that now gets stuck along the way where within their team, they're struggling to bring their team to an event or to get their team off the fence or to get a certain person off their team to commit to the business, commit to doing the business. That's where a three-way call can also come in handy, where you just pick up the call and say, leader, I've got this person. I believe that they've got the potential to do the business. They're just stuck where they are right now. They're stuck for whatever reason, whether it's personal reasons, whether it's mental, whether it's just, they just need that assurance or that affirmation that, no, this is the right place to be. That three-way call can sway somebody's thinking or whatever position they're in to get them unstuck and again, create movement within your business. So it's again a great tool to get momentum back into your business. Even after time where you've got leaders that have joined the business maybe some time back, and over time they've maybe just started to backslide, if you can say that, or just die down in the business, personal reasons sometimes. You can use a three-way call your upline, let's call this person to bring them back into the business. So if you're new to the business today and you're sitting here today, please take note of these things. They might not be relevant in your business at this point in time, but believe me, in the next few months, you will thank me. Note them, remember them, and once you start building your team, make sure that you use this tool again to help your business move along. Very important to me to welcome. It's extremely important, and when someone is in your team, has signed up and joined your business, set up the three-way call, make sure that you understand and get to know the people that are coming into your team. When they come into your team, welcome them, okay? The reason why it's very important for me especially is that we find that you can start your business today, have a key builder in your business, and then get comfortable letting them build the business on your behalf. And you don't introduce yourself or take the time to welcome people that come into your team. Obviously, you're happy that the person that's coming to your team is now building and is on their own and they're doing things quite fine. But over time, what happens is that in life happens, that person has to leave the business or is no longer able to do the business. What does that mean? That your strongest performing part of the business now dies off. Why? Because you did not take time to get to know your extended team. So it is very important. I know within APL Go, we do have a a recommended structure of get to know at least your 5 level up, and I'd say your 5 level down. So within 5 levels of your business, get to know people that are in your structure, have contact with each leader at each level, so that you're able to close that gap, lest your business will suffer unnecessarily. And then the 5th point is to promote. 3-way calls, brilliant for promoting. When we have an event like we did last month, we had an 11-year celebration followed by a training session with our upliners. This is important where you have members in the team that you want to get to your team, to the trainings, to the events, because obviously you know that events stir up excitement within your team. The events create another level of they catapult your business to another level. By creating excitement, by creating engagement, you know, when you have that people seeing the bigger team, meeting new people, you know, they leave very charged up and very excited to go do the business. So we do encourage people to come to all sessions, especially our live sessions, the meetings, the seminars. Make sure that you're there, make sure that you try and get there by all means possible, regardless of where they are. Try and get there, because they really can change your team and they do help you grow your team. So 3-way call in this instance is good when you have that team, again, that you want to get to your event, which I've done many a times, had to get on the 3-way calls, or just, you know, ask permission from a certain leader to speak to their downlines regarding getting them to the event and encouraging them. It really plays a part when you can go down to your team and encourage them to come to these seminars. So use it. It's really important as well to grow your team. Just to unpack things to say when you are on a 3-way call. So this is from the perspective of an upliner. So as you are an upliner and you've built your team and you get onto a 3-way call, there's key things that are important to share when you on there. Very briefly, again, I say we don't want your 3-way call to be an extended sales pitch. No, all you want to do is to introduce yourself, get to the point where the person feels comfortable with you. Obviously, the downliner would have introduced you or said something about you before the call, obviously trying to place you in a positive light. They'll tell the prospect that you are obviously a senior in the business, that you are have done well in the business, that you have done some success, and then you come and close a deal. So you come on, share your story. You want to tell the prospect or the person that you're talking to about your story, your success story, where you come from. You know, so if I was to do that, I would say, look, I was an engineer in my previous life. Not in my previous life, I'm an engineer, but even when I've gone into business, but even within my business life, I saw that cash flow was always an issue, that it was just never enough, and there's no stability. You don't find stability when you're your own boss, as far as income is concerned. You know, when you look at your retirement plan and that type of thing, there's always some worry about whether you're gonna have enough, you know, for your children and have enough for yourself when you have to retire. So looking at getting into network marketing where you can literally sign your own check and plan your own retirement, that's what network marketing does for you. So telling that person a story like that helps them engage. You've also opened up conversations about pain points meaning you wanting to understand what makes them do what they need to do, what makes them tick. You know, what makes them get up in the morning. Those pain points, you know, everyone's pain points is about money. It's about health. It's about their children, the retirement. So those are all pain points, and people worry about those things, how they're going to get there. And by sharing your story, you are telling them, obviously, that, you know, relating to them and saying that we share something similar, and again, assuring them that they're at the right place. Share your brief business success. So again, just sharing within the company your brief business success. If you haven't been in the company for very long and you haven't achieved success, it's also very much okay or very recommended to share the success of your leader. So share the success of someone that you know within the business, your upline. Just tell them, look, this, be real, be honest. Again, we do say, be honest. You don't need to create a facade. Say, I've only been in the business for a certain amount of time, but I know my upliner, my mentor within the business has achieved this success within the business, and together we want to get there. So also close, this is you closing by asking if they have any questions before they join. So this for me is something I learned this week, is that, well, I've known that you don't close, so you don't ever want to push somebody and be bullish about getting somebody to say yes and tick and sign on the dotted line. Let them feel that they've made the decision comfortably so that when they run, you know, having made the decision on their own, which is a big game changer as far as your business growth, that people don't feel bullied and then go back and question what has happened to them. So close off by asking them if they have any questions before joining the business. And if they do, then you answer those questions as well as you can. And then you ask them again, do you have any other questions before you'd like to join our business? And eventually you're going to get to the point where they say, no, I don't have any more questions. And then you can close the deal, complete the registration. Okay. And before you close off that discussion, that three-way call, remember, it's yourself, it's your downline, and it's the prospect on the call. Elevate the member that invited you to the call. So your downline that's invited you to speak to the prospect, you want to elevate them in the prospect's eyes by telling the prospect that you have done it, you know, you're in the right hands. Susan is really a gem in the business. Her work ethic is impeccable. She'll really take care of you in the business, and we look forward to your success of working along with Susan. That now has given that your downline platform to stand on. The confidence now as well has gone to your downline to say that they can do it, number one. Number two, you've given the confidence to the new member or the new prospect to have confidence within the person that brought them to the business. Then you're creating a duplicatable system that doesn't rely on you being the core person in everything. So then you obviously go and that's enough of it. So again, important is when you're on the three-way call, very quick, not an elongated 1 hour or 30-minute conversation call, very brief, very energetic, you know, just be in a happy space, positive space of talking about the business, talking about the company, you know, and that you will definitely see very positive results with signing those deals on your behalf and on the behalf of your prospects. And I think it was a very, very short presentation, like I said today, and that's the nutshell of three-way calls. I don't know if there's any comments, questions about the three-way calls. Please feel free to ask. If you have any experience, if you want to maybe share a story about the experience that you've had, that also goes a long way, because there isn't a science behind network marketing, and these are all guidelines. Sometimes some deals get closed without a three-way call, definitely yes. Sometimes a three-way call is definitely not needed, but most times it really does help. It is a tool that you need to keep in your backpack, in your school bag, that when you go out onto the to do your business, that you know that you've got the support of a team behind you, remembering that it is a team sport. So I will open up the floor to leaders, anybody who has a question, comment, a story to share. I'd really appreciate it, just to encourage each other, and especially the new members that are here tonight, about the successes that they've found in three-way calls.
Thank you, Lesedi. Will you allow me to to say a few words about three-way call?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. It's really very important. And, you know, I will advise you to use three-way call, even if you see that there is no necessity. Because first of all, it allows your prospect in the future to understand that it's easy, that he or she will not, it will not be necessary for him or for her to close the deal themselves, you know. I have my own story in my past. It was, I think, maybe 10 years ago, when I was invited to a network marketing company by one of the very famous networker. He's a millionaire. And when he invited me, he never told me about the business or compensation plan of products. Never, though I asked him, I said, you're a professional, you can make a presentation for me, you can answer the questions. And he said, no. And that time I understood that even professional networkers, they never miss three-way calls. It's very important, you're right. And I'm very happy you took especially this topic, you know, because if you remember in our presentation of this training, 4 steps, especially about this point, we were talking, please do not miss it.
Yes.
So my advice is never miss three-way call. Even if your prospect will tell you, yes, I'm ready. Yes, it's perfect. I like it. Yes, I'm ready to sign up. Anyway, make this three-way call, at least to see your sponsor. Yes. Just to talk a few minutes, you know, and this will give possibility to this person to understand that he's not alone 100%. And he will never stay alone. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Natalia. Yeah, that really speaks to the welcome aspect of it. And what Natalia was saying, 100%
yes.
True. Thank you about that. You know, welcoming someone into the business, like Natalia was saying, is just making the person aware that they're part of something bigger than just the conversation that you two just had. So it's very important. Thanks. Any other leaders? Please, the stories.
Can I talk?
Please, Mamana, please.
You had a very good topic, Lesedi. I like it so much. And I want to agree with you to say that three-way calls are the best. With my team also, I have taught them to say, okay, if they give a presentation to somebody, or if the person is still new, you don't have to talk about the products, talk about the business. You can invite, if it cannot be a three-way call as a call, you can invite that person maybe to a restaurant, a cheap restaurant or any restaurant. Then you invite 2 of your leaders, your upliner and somebody else. You go, you meet with that person at a restaurant, and then you talk. You start talking like personal things until now you get into the business. You tell the person your experience with the business, your experience with the person that has invited, your experience as a team. That person, eventually, she will become part of the team, and it's easy for that person to sign.
100%. Thanks, Mama. That's 100% on the mark. Thanks for that. Mina, I see you've got your hands up.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing, what Mom Anna said now. Invite them to either a restaurant or a very casual place so they don't feel uncomfortable. The other thing I think, Lesedi, I think we need to also advise our new leaders when is the right time to make that three-way call. You know, sometimes we've already spoken so much that we're not sure when to actually do the three-way call. So maybe just enlighten us and maybe just share that so people understand the timing of your three-way call.
Sure. Yeah, I think you should enlighten us then. I think you're the queen of three-way calls.
I think today you're the head of the tribe. So I think I'm going to take my lead from you. It's just that, you know, sometimes we get overwhelmed and we get so excited because we know what this business can do for so many people and they really need it. and then we go way over and we say so much more. We just don't know when to keep quiet. So just to enlighten all the members, there is a timing for the three-way call. Sometimes we just say too much, and then our upline would probably just say enough to just close that lock, and people are secured.
Yeah, 100%. I think within APL Go, our formula is obviously when you meet someone, the objective is to invite them to a presentation. So like you said, we tend to get excited. You meet someone on the street or you meet someone wherever, and you already want to tell them about the products compensation plan and run through everything, and you've stopped this person in the middle of nowhere, or they really weren't expecting it. But when you invite them to a presentation, you've set them up now to get into the right mind frame. And the sooner the better. The sooner to execute your three-way call, the better. So like I said, if you're using the three-way call as an inviting tool, as soon as you've met that person, if they know you, use that three-way call as soon as that. If you're able to give them, invite them to a session, presentation, present to them, and then use a three-way call to close a deal, that's when you use the three-way call. But again, like what you're saying, Mina, is again, use your discretion, but don't over sell the business before you use the three-way call. All you have to do is literally tell your story, tell your experience within the company, share the product, then ultimately use that three-way call to solidify the deal once you've brought that person into your space. Mina, you want to
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I see that with myself and Lerato, we found a nice way of working with everybody we speak to, and it has been working over the past year and a half now. I always speak to people because they're my warm market, and when you always encourage them to come onto something that you know will actually work, they tend to shy behind you because they feel, you've done something like this before and it never gave you results. And then once I bring Lerato into the mix and he talks his story, then they are convinced something's happened, because I have failed in network marketing before. And coming from a stranger, it definitely closes the gap. And I've been seeing that over and over again. So I think leaders need to do that very quickly. And, use that to your advantage right now. So yeah, well done, Lesedi, on this. It's an amazing topic.
And then just to close on to your point, Mina, is that sometimes we feel that a three-way call is a sign of weakness, that you are failing not to close your deal, but it's actually not. It's actually a sign of strength, that you're, mature enough to say that you want to build your business beyond what you can do on your own, Traveling with the pack sometimes is more challenging, but if you have the big goal, if you have a big dream, if you have a big vision, you will also understand that you need the support. You'll always need support. So again, three-way call. Let's use it, leaders. Let's use it. Is there anyone else? Anyone else that would like to say something, just a comment, feel free, any question. Maybe before we close, are there new leaders that are here in the group that have maybe been in the business for less than a month? Please say hi to us. Please say hi to us. And I would like to welcome you. This is for you. This session, the SPS, is literally for the new members within the business. There are nuggets that we all take away from them, but it's designed to get you going, to get you cracking, and to make sure that you succeed with APL. Donovan, welcome, my brother. Welcome to the business. I see that you say you're 4 days, am I correct? 4 days in the business, still very new. Welcome, Donovan, and this is a perfect way to start. I think you came to the perfect presentation to get you going, and I hope that you've taken away some key nuggets from tonight. Okay. If there's no one else that would like to share, that's all I have for tonight. That's what we prepared for tonight. Again, emphasis, three-way call is not a weakness, it's a strength. Use it, it's a tool. Go close those deals, duplicate your system, teach your downlines to do the same, and your business will grow. Comfortably, your business will grow. That's the way to build $1 billion business, as Natalia will say. You got to create systems. It's part of your control systems that we do with APL Go. So wishing you all the best, wishing you a fruitful weekend going into the weekend. Those who have plans to go out and do activations, wishing you all the success, and all the PVs, let them keep rolling in, let them keep flowing, and we wish your businesses great successes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lesedi. Powerful topic. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Lesedi.
everyone.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
Lesedi.
Okay, Mina.
Good night. Night.
Sorry, I see in the chats just to welcome Lungi. She said she's also new, and we welcome you, Lungi. We wish you all the success with APL Go. Good night, everyone.
Physical results in 7 days.